WOON, Woon Soccer.
The time is 9:01.
This ON AM and FM forecast brought to you by Design Wood Floors in Blackstone. Design Wood Floors is dedicated to the fine art of designing and installing unique wood floors. For questions or ideas about wood floors, call Design Wood Floors at 617-967-4071.
Sunny skies today with a high of 85 degrees. Tonight, partly cloudy, overnight low of 64. Sunday's weather, a slight chance of an afternoon shower or thunderstorm. Mostly sunny, though, all day with a high of 92 degrees and heat index values to 95 on Sunday. Monday, a slight chance of a shower, but mostly sunny skies at a high of 74. Tuesday, partly sunny and 75. Wednesday, partly sunny and 74. Thursday, mostly sunny and 74. And next Friday, sunny skies at a high of 82 degrees. Currently outside our Navigant Credit Union broadcast studio here on Park Avenue in Woonsocket, it's 68 degrees.
ON Radio.
Good morning and welcome to the Cheap Seats with Pat and Kevin. I'm Kevin Callahan and subbing in for Pat Holland this week, possibly next week. Got to check on the situation of the real world. We have Matt Callahan making, I think, his third appearance on the show. Good morning, Matt. How's it going this morning?
Great. How are you?
I'm doing well. And before we get started, Matt's mother, my wife, a very happy birthday to my wife, Christine, and won't say how old she is. That's rude, but let's just say Sammy Hagar has a very popular song from the early '80s out there, expressing a certain speed limit that you can't drive. That would say how old she is. That's probably a little bit before your time, though, isn't it?
A little bit.
So happy birthday, Chris. We'll have
birthday,
some fun,
Mom.
we'll have some fun later on. We got a lot to talk about today. I'm going to do a lot of Red Sox talk. They're about 3/4 of the way through the season in a big, exciting win last night over Minnesota in walk-off fashion. The Patriots are playing this afternoon as well at 1 o'clock. There's a little bit of a trivia with that, so that doesn't happen too often. We'll get to that a little bit later as well. So we want to hear from you on anything that we're about to talk about locally, or Red Sox, Patriots, or anything else on your mind at 401-766-1240. But in the meantime, let's just jump right in and get you caught up with the happenings from Rhode Island and New England. Rhode Island high school football practices are underway as of 2 days ago. August 14th, they started. Here at WOON, we are putting the final touches on our high school football schedule. We are expected to start things off according to Woonsocket Athletic Director Nancy Giordano, things are on pace. So, the Woonsocket High School taking on Pilgrim September 12th from the brand new Woonsocket High School football field. We are expected to cover that, and then our coverage will wrap up on Thanksgiving morning with the traditional Woonsocket versus Cumberland game this year from Cumberland High School. And in between those two games, we expect to have an additional 8 to 9 games, plus hopefully maybe some playoffs as well this year. So we'll put the finishing touches on that, and we will get that scheduled to you going forward. Exciting news on Saturday, September 6th. We have confirmed that new Woonsocket coach Brett Cordair from Woonsocket and new Cumberland High School coach Matt LaRoche will be in the Cheap Seats to preview their teams and upcoming season. So that'll be exciting. We'll be working on the other coaches that we're covering in the area as well to be joining us. So September 6th, that'll be the day after the injury fund game. So both coaches should have a fairly better read on their rosters before the season kicks off on September 12th.
All right, currently RIFC sits in 8th place in the Eastern Conference with 21 points after battling 4th place Loudoun FC to a 0-0 draw last Saturday at Centerville Bank Stadium. The next regular season game for RIFC will be a week from today at Hartford. However, as part of the Jägermeister Cup Series, RIFC will have a home quarterfinal match this coming Wednesday at 7:30 versus Birmingham.
Yeah, it's an interesting thing about RIFC. They're involved in this Cup series, so they actually don't have another regular season game for a week, but in between. They just kind of sneak these games in. The Revolution have
throw it
done
in
that as well. It's almost like the NBA in-season tournament that they've introduced. Well, soccer's been doing this for years in Europe and now here in the States as well. Speaking of soccer, the New England Revolution winners 2-0 over DC, or should I say 2-0, over DC United in their last game. Will face LAFC tonight at Gillette beginning at 7:30. Welcome back goalie Matt Turner, who threw the shutout last week against DC United as he tries to earn his way back into the good graces of the U.S. men's national team as he battles Matt Freese for the goaltending position.
And a good luck to Braintree, representing New England in the Little League World Series, facing Texas today, too.
Let's see, Richmond, Texas, I think it is, something like that.
Maybe.
Yeah, okay.
I'm not sure.
Well, it's a big state.
Ben told me.
Yeah.
Braintree will play at 3 o'clock today, looking to avoid elimination.
Yeah, they had a tough one the other day, losing 13-0. But beautiful thing about this is with the double elimination bracket, you do have a chance to, battle your way out of it. So, all right. So, in the Worcester Red Sox finishing up a week-long trip to Iowa this weekend. They're currently 2-2, losing last night 9-6. They play today and then tomorrow, and then they come home for a series next weekend. However, on the Christian Campbell front, Matt, you and I, we were at the game where he kind of bottomed out back on July 18th. He was hitting 186 after that game. Campbell is now hitting 284. In less than a month, he has raised his average 100 points. He also has a 406 on base percentage.
He walks a ton and gets hit a ton.
Yeah,
It's
exactly.
crazy.
So, and just when Roman Anthony was called up to Boston, and everyone said how much he was been hitting and how well he was doing in Worcester, you gotta get him up here. And everybody was right. And Roman Anthony's been incredible since he's been up. Roman Anthony was hitting 288 when he got called up from Worcester. 4 points higher than Christian Campbell. Did have a 423 on base percentage. So just 17 points higher. I think, with Hamilton being sent back down, I know they got Rafaela at second base.
Hamilton's
He's back up.
He's been back up for about a week now, yeah.
No, I thought they sent him back down. Are you sure?
Unless it was as of yesterday.
I think he's back.
Unless it was as of
now,
yesterday.
So. All right, we'll have to
He played
check.
yesterday.
So
Or 2 days ago.
No,
I don't know.
you gonna keep spouting out days here, or just?
No, I don't know.
All right. So anyway, I heard he's down. You heard he's up. We'll look it up. So I'd like to see Campbell back up and get Rafaela back into center field, where he is a Gold Glove candidate out in center field. And Jahasti Nixon. Did I say that right?
Justin Nixon.
No, Justin Nixon.
Justinson. There we go.
Justinson. Garcia continues his great Woo Sox season. 61 games this year. He's hitting 298, 17 home runs, and 51 RBIs in just 61 games.
He's insane.
Is there room for him up in Boston? I mean, the outfield. He plays outfield.
That's the thing. And if he comes up to hit, like, Yoshida's the DH supposedly. So, like, and if he comes up, Yoshida doesn't have a spot anymore. So Yoshida's in a tough spot. I think Justinson deserves to come up. At the same time, it's like he's not going to be playing any outfield unless Saddam plays second base again, which is what he'd be forced to do, just to give him that opportunity to play, because he can't play infield at all. And then you can't just. He's not a guy that you can just throw at first base. He hasn't done that at all. So he's going to need some work before he even does that. So,
and I want Campbell up, and I want him back.
I want him
base,
for the playoffs. I want him for the playoffs. So roll him out, maybe a week before playoffs. Get him up there, and figure it out. Because he's doing well. I don't want to mess with that.
I don't want to mess with that.
Because we're kind of doing well right now as a team too right now. So I don't want to mess all that up.
And Alex Cora said he's been watching his at-bats, and there's still some things for him to work on. But that's everybody. But I do think, and this is surprising for a Red Sox team, they're actually a little bit concerned with his high strikeout ratio of Christian Campbell. So Garcia and Campbell, those are the two guys to keep an eye on. There's three big prospects also down in Worcester now for pitching. I'll see how that goes. We may have time to get into that a little bit later as well.
One thing with Campbell too. Thing that he does really well is, yes, he may strike out a decent amount, I guess you could say.
3 times last night.
But what he does do really well is work counts. He fouls so many balls off, hence the reason he gets on base so much. He works deep into counts so much. He's a guy that you want to bat up towards the top of the order. He might not put the ball in play every time, but he's going to see 8 pitches every at bat.
Let me ask you this then. Okay, so the trends has gone away from the Wade Boggs, the Tony Gwynn approach through the years. Strikeouts aren't that big of a deal, so the Red Sox do strike out at a higher rate. However, you mentioned Campbell's approach at the plate. You mentioned, and then I'm going to bring up Roman Anthony. His approach at the plate is also very old school. So are you starting to see, this patience at the plate? Is this just Red Sox, or is this not, or just those 2 players?
I think
Sox, or
Roman,
Major League?
I don't know if it's necessarily Major League. You do teach that in a way, but like you can't just go up to the plate and just do it every time. Thing about Roman, he is just such a good approach. He even changed his stance to keep everything back longer. You saw that I saw a clip the other day where from the first game that he was up to now, his hands are starting like a few inches back now. Just that way he's able to see the ball in deeper and have a different approach, a better approach in that sense. But I'm seeing it more at the younger age group than the older age group now. That patience is huge now because people are working behind, like throwing off speed first rather than getting ahead on a fastball.
Well, even when the Red Sox kind of like broke the curse, back when Theo Epstein was running the team, there was a big emphasis on base percentage, and you guys like Bill Miller, and even Kevin Millar had high on base percentages, and then it seems like they kind of got away with it, and it was like, okay. The analytics say, let's go for the home run. We don't care about the strikeout. So it's nice to see that Campbell all year, even when he had the 186 on base, batting average, he still had like a 330
I was gonna say
on base percentage.
330, yeah.
Yeah, his on base percentage has consistently been over 100 points higher.
He also crowds the plate too, so he gets hit. So they try and throw him inside, and that's exactly what he wants.
Wow. So just to wrap up things in Rhode Island, next week is the Rhode Island Hockey Hall of Fame induction, and we mentioned this back in February, Pat and I did, but this year's class is Bill Army, from East Providence, Rhode Island. Ross Brooks, people of a little bit older than me might remember him a little bit better with the Boston Bruins as a rookie back in '72. Buster Clegg, from Burrillville, all-state defenseman of Burrillville, Rhode Island. Bob O'Connor, from LaSalle Academy, was a line mate with Lou Lamoriello and Tom Woodcock, born and raised in Providence, a three-time all-stater at Hope High School, and affiliated with the Rhode Island Reds and Providence Bruins as well. So this is the 8th class of inductees. That'll be next Saturday. So Rhode Island Hall of Fame, Rhode Island Hockey Hall of Fame, very, very big, very great at honoring the Rhode Island Reds heritage. The Reds played in the old Rhode Island Auditorium until 1972, when they moved to what is now the AMP, but was the Providence Civic Center, until they moved to Binghamton, New York in '77, and it wasn't until 15 years later that the Providence Bruins came back to Providence by way of the Maine Mariners. So a real cool event, real cool history with Rhode Island hockey, especially for those of you up here in the Woonsocket area, in Mount St. Charles, hockey huge. So congratulations to those 5 inductees. We mentioned it again back in February, but I'm glad we got a chance to bring it back up, and that'll be happening next week. So, okay, so that wraps things up for Rhode Island and what's happening around New England. If there's anything you want to talk about, give us a call on that front, 401-766-1240. When we come back, Matt and I, we're going to cover some more stuff with the Boston Red Sox and how well they're doing, maybe the upcoming schedule, what's going on with them as well. New England Patriots also have an Saturday afternoon preseason game.
First game since 2000, I think.
First Saturday afternoon preseason game since 2000.
Yeah.
A weird bit of trivia for you there. So, not quite sure why. Why they don't, I guess nighttime better for ratings. So, weirdly, the game's in Minnesota, which means the game in Minnesota actually starts at noon. So, yeah. So almost a morning game out in Minnesota. So, okay, so you are listening to the Cheap Seats with Pat and Kevin. Filling in for Pat is Matt today on 99.5 FM, 1240
AM and WOONSocketRadio.com. We will be back right after this.
The latest Buick and GMC models are available at Tasker Buick GMC in Woonsocket. Buick Encore, Envision, Enclave, and Envista are on the lot waiting for you to take one for a test drive. New GMC crossovers, SUVs, as well as trucks and vans are also available. Thinking of a pre-owned vehicle? Tasker Buick GMC has more than 900 in stock, many under $15,000. Visit online, TaskerBuickGMC.com, or stop into 55 Fortin Drive, Woonsocket. Tasker Buick GMC, you will be satisfied. And remember, there are no tariffs on the vehicles in stock at Tasker Buick GMC.
When you're ill and need same-day care, remember North Smithfield Urgent Care and Lincoln Urgent Care for affordable and accessible care. You'll always be seen by a board-certified physician who will assess the problem and make you feel safe and reassured. Check their websites for convenient patient and medical forms, which you may fill out before the visit. North Smithfield Urgent Care, 594 Great Road, North Smithfield, 768-3400. And Lincoln Urgent Care, 2 Wake Robin Road, Lincoln, 333-9595.
The last thing you need is more stress. So at Misho's Auto Body, they handle the complete claim for you. Check their website to see the 13 actual steps they take to make your experience stress-free. You'll also see a complete photo gallery showing you the detailed and technical process necessary to accommodate new car construction and metallic paints. Misho's Auto Body, 430 Privilege Street, Woonsocket, 769-1983.
Are you looking to beautify your property this autumn? Look to A.J. Moran for stonework patios, steps, walkways, plus retaining walls. Are you looking to beautify your home this autumn? A.J. Moran can put veneer stone right on your house to have beautiful looking stone. And if that's not what you want, A.J. Moran can rebuild indoor fireplaces with veneer stone. It's real natural stone. Check out what they can do online, ajmoraninc.com. A.J. Moran.
ON, AM, and FM.
Okay, sorry about that. Okay, brought back the. Just want to say welcome back to the Cheap Seats. Sorry about that, little mechanical thing. With baseball, with the Milwaukee Brewers, we're just jump right in. They have now won 13 in a row, including a 7-run comeback. You said they were down 8-1 in the
8-1 in the third inning.
the third inning. They were down 8-1. They come back. They beat Cincinnati. Cincinnati's not a horrible team this year. I think they're right around
500.
Yeah, around 500.
yeah.
Still fighting for a potential playoff spot. And sorry about that. And so not a bad team. And they won in their last 32 games. They are 28-4.
They're the second team. This is the second time this year that they've won 11 games in a row as well.
And they're up to 13. So they've had a minimum of 2 11-game winning streaks. And, as I was saying off air, it's back in '84, the Detroit Tigers started off their season 35-5. And everybody talks about that. Now, obviously it's not the beginning of the season, but they're 28-4 in their last 32. And their overall record, 77-44.
Yeah,
that's about 5 to 6 games above the next best team in the league. Yeah. Which is, I believe, Toronto is, or it might be Detroit right now.
Number 2 now. Yeah.
So, so Milwaukee Brewers.
This is the right time to get hot too. You say this all the time, where you always get that one team, and not the best team necessarily, but you always get a team that's hot going to the play. It could be the 5th place team in whatever league they're in, whatever. Yeah, so it doesn't even matter the record anymore. It's just who's ever the hottest team going into the playoffs, and they already got the upper hand.
Well, they got the upper hand, but now they got to carry it for the last 25%.
Now they're insane. So
Right.
now they got to live up to those.
Well, it's
live up to it a little bit.
It's a town like Milwaukee, unlike New York, Boston, Philadelphia, Los Angeles. A town like Milwaukee can sneak up on people. I mean, 13 wins in a row. If the Sox, Yankees, Phillies, Dodgers, any of those guys had won 13 in a row, we would have heard about that starting at Game 7. You just mentioned it's their second 11-game plus winning streak going. I didn't know about the first. The Brewers just don't make that much noise around here.
They're not absolutely fantastic in pitching, absolutely fantastic hitting. I mean, they're really but I'm saying they're really, really good, but they don't get talked about because they got a bunch of
nobody's
good players, not anyone that's going to be like top 5 at necessarily any specific position. I mean, they got a lot of pitching, but I'm saying no one talks about one specific guy on that team ever, really.
So they do it as a team, like old school
which is
Patriots.
huge.
So, all right, so let's get into the Sox. And if you got any thoughts on the Brewers, baseball in general, they hit basically the 3/4 point of the season. About 40 games left in the season for all teams. If you want, chime in 401-766-1240. I'd like to hear your thoughts. You can join us in the cheap seats. All right, so the Sox did some quick research on just kind of get into their schedule. And the schedule's very favorable. And they got, 2 more with the Marlins. Mm-hmm. Also a slightly better team than the previous Marlins, but they're still under 500. Yeah. 2 more with the Orioles. Yes, they almost threw a perfect game and a no-hitter last night, but they're still 10 games under 500. Then they're at the Yankees for 4. And Yankees, right behind the Sox, not only for wild card, but for second place. Still have sights on first place. 4 at Baltimore. And then they end with Pittsburgh, who's hot. And it's good that the Sox have Pittsburgh at home the end of the month, because Pittsburgh's actually about 5 or 6, 7 games over 500 at home, but they're about 30 games under 500 on the road. They only have 18
They
wins
do
on
not
the road.
score on the road. It's absurd.
It's crazy. You jump to September, and not to dwell on the whole schedule. They got Cleveland, who's right around the Red Sox, just under them. On the road to Arizona, just under 500. You go to the Philadelphia, Kansas City, Oakland, Sacramento, Las Vegas A's, who are 14 games under. Got the Yankees again, back to the A's. Well, then you got Tampa, now under 500. So right then and there, before you get to your last 2 series of the year, the Red Sox play teams that are combined 50 games under 500. Then you get to the last 2 series of the year, and you got Detroit, and you got Toronto on the road, and you got Detroit at home, and those 2 teams are combined 40 games over 500. So here's your chance. Don't leave it up to Toronto and Detroit. You are a game and a half in front of all wild card. You're leading the wild card right now. Yep. You're 5 games behind Toronto. Any chance of catching Toronto for first? It was 3, now it's 5. Any chance?
I think they could. They just gotta, stay tremendously locked in.
And they're only 5-5 in their last 10, whereas Toronto's 7-3.
Yeah, they're at that they're not gonna stay that hot constantly. So they're on that stretch where kind of dull, but then you got now in a week or 2 they're gonna pick it up again. I don't know. They're in that weird stage, but this is the exact stage that every year we're in this situation where they're doing well, and then
everybody
sink.
everybody entered
I'm
August
super
cautiously.
Confident, but
yeah, I entered cautious. I'm very confident because it feels, whatever that means, it feels like a different team than previous years.
Well, they look like they're all just having the best time of their
they
lives,
No,
which is totally different. Last year, they were all super frustrated after every game. You could see it in the press conferences.
Let's see. So they were frustrated last year. I would even say that they were frustrated at the beginning of this year. Then they traded somebody on Father's Day. Oh my gosh, completely drawing a blank on this name. Who did they trade on Father's Day? And you remember Rafael Devers being traded?
I think
that's
so.
his name. Devers. Yeah, it just came to me. Oh, since then they've been having fun.
Yeah, I know. It's almost like he was. I don't know. I'm not gonna say it, but I think there was something there that
There was more
missing.
than something.
Yeah.
I said it back in spring training. He held the team hostage with his attitude. I don't think he was that bad apple in the locker room per se. I just think he was so standoffish, and he was the face of the franchise.
He didn't even want to be the face of
Yeah,
the team.
he didn't
either.
want it, but it was thrust upon him once Betts and Bogarts left. It was thrust upon him. He said he didn't want it. Oh well.
And he also got paid, so
And he got paid the most.
So I mean, now that actually makes you the face.
So it's just interesting. He
Whether you
goes
like
to
it or
San
not.
Francisco, at the time a playoff team. When he went there, yes, early in the year, almost the halfway point, and they're under 500.
They're big time struggling. Willie Adamas is like, he's like, there's something wrong with our team. Where
Adamas is a
we're
good
just-
player, a great player.
we're figuring it out, but right now we don't know exactly what it is, and it's not exactly ideal at this moment in time. Obviously,
No. So and they started trading off at the deadline as well. So I think that they see. I'm curious to see where they stand.
if they don't make the playoffs,
They're not going to make the playoffs.
One of the funniest things ever.
So, don't get me wrong, I like Devers, and I remember saying when Devers was on the team, I was comparing the Red Sox to the Bruins. They had no identity. Devers didn't want the identity of the team on him. They had no identity. And now they have an identity. You mentioned it, how much fun they're having.
You could see it. You could see the fun,
younger guys
the
are
joy.
doing well. Rafaela, though slumping a bit defensively, has never wavered. Roman Anthony, we mentioned briefly in the first segment,
Hottest hitter in the league.
hottest hitter in the league. He's fifth in the league in doubles?
Yeah.
Or is that just since he got called up?
Since he's got called
Okay,
up.
but
Yeah,
still.
not fifth in
I'm
the
like,
league.
that's
Yeah,
crazy.
no.
All right,
He,
so I
has,
did hear
he already
that.
has 20 doubles, though.
It's
And Durant has 32 or something like that, to put in like perspective.
Yeah.
Because Durant plays almost every single game, no matter what.
Right.
And Roman already has 20 doubles.
so
So-
Anthony is done so well. He's in Roman Anthony is slowly becoming Roman Anthony's batting must see TV. Like I don't do that for Abraham Toro.
Yeah.
I don't do that. For even Rafaela, unless he's hot.
Yeah.
But
Well, the thing
Roman
is,
Anthony,
he's
I'm doing
been
that for Roman Anthony.
first or third every game, no matter what. Cora, I think, and I could be wrong, but Cora, I'm pretty sure, said, I'm not taking him out of the lineup.
No, I mean,
I don't care if it's a lefty, because he actually says he actually does better against lefties.
Yeah.
Believe it or not, he's one of I don't know, if maybe a handful, maybe. He is really good against lefties. He actually is a little bit worse against righties.
in a very small sample.
But I'm
still,
saying,
yeah,
well,
you're
this
right.
is in compare to AAA too. He was better
Right.
against lefties as well, which is you don't see that every day. Plus, not for nothing, he's actually gotten really dang good in the outfield too.
He's getting better. We had talked about that with even when Nate Tellier was in, and the knock on Anthony and the whole Red Sox system is that they don't preach fundamentals, and yes, Roman Anthony made an error in his first game in right field, and Nate had said, who met him, for a few years down in the minors with the Sox. He said, no, that's Roman Anthony. They preach fundamentals, and the fact that Roman Anthony was taking ground balls in right field the next day after his error was all Roman Anthony. They preach at the minor league level.
Oh, yeah.
They weren't teaching him how to play right field.
No, he's just the real deal.
He's not a Gold Glover yet, but he's going to get better.
But he's gotten far more comfortable. He's some days he's in right and some days he's in left. There's no consistency.
And right field's the
for him.
hardest right field in Major League Baseball.
You can make the case that left field is the hardest left field too, in some sense.
You get used to where the monster is behind you.
All it takes is one sky high fly ball that's
scrapes.
304 feet that hits the very top, it's coming down like it's gonna hit the wall, and then it lands on the warning
Yeah, little
track.
monster wall
But then you
scraper.
take about 20 steps back to read it off the wall, and then it's just bouncing on the warning track.
Exactly. And then you got the right field that's 301 to the pesky pole, and it quickly juts out to 380.
Yeah.
That's pretty significant. So so what Roman Anthony is doing as a 21-year-old, the way his approach at the plate, I agree with Cora, not taking him out. Look, we got to take a quick break. When we come back, we want to hear from you. We're not done with the Red Sox. We'd kind of like to go through it. I got some questions about the bullpen as well from Matt. But if you have any comments on the Red Sox or you want to jump in early on the Patriots, feel free, or anything else that's on your mind, give us a call, 401-766-1240. You're in the cheap seats with Pat and Kevin. Today with Matt, subbing in for Pat on 1240 AM, 99.5 FM, and OneSocketRadio.com.
The latest Buick and GMC models are available at Tasca Buick GMC in Woonsocket. Buick Encore, Envision, Enclave, and Invista are on the lot waiting for you to take one for a test drive. New GMC crossovers, SUVs, as well as trucks and vans are also available. Thinking of a pre-owned vehicle? Tasca Buick GMC has more than 900 in stock, many under $15,000. Visit online, TascaBuickGMC.com, or stop into 55 Fortin Drive, Woonsocket. Tasca Buick GMC, you will be satisfied. And remember, there are no tariffs on the vehicles in stock at Tasca Buick GMC. Woonsocket Door Sales carries an excellent variety of doors to complement your residence or business, including the LiftMaster security doors that provide you with extra protection against theft. These doors feature a special security ID code to further safeguard your home, business, or valuables in your garage. Remember, an attractive door complements the appearance of your home or business. Woonsocket Door Sales for installation, parts, and repairs. Woonsocket Door Sales, 1 Biltmore Avenue, Cumberland. Call them 767-3448.
A world-class distributor of all things electrical is Electrical Wholesalers. They are a full-service electrical distributor with branches throughout Rhode Island, Massachusetts, and New Hampshire. Locally, they're at 113 Clinton Street next to KFC here in Woonsocket, with other locations in Cranston and Franklin, Massachusetts. Electrical Wholesalers provides the highest quality service to electrical contractors as well as residential, commercial, and industrial customers. Electrical Wholesalers is open Monday through Friday, 7 in the morning till 5 in the afternoon. Visit ew-ne.com. Electrical Wholesalers.
ON Radio.
And welcome back to the Cheap Seats with Pat and Kevin. Matt subbing in for Pat this week, so we'll get Pat back ASAP this year, in this month,
this year too
as well. So Matt, as we jump into it with the Red Sox, it's like, okay, a lot of it's kind of cliche, but we haven't done it yet. Pat and I haven't done it yet. You and I haven't done it yet. We're at the 3/4 point of the season. Just like to go through, like, okay, who are you giving from the hitters? Let's leave the pitchers out of this right now. Who are you giving an A on the Matt Callahan report card? Who are you giving an A to so far, or who's standing out
right now in this, as of today?
Not what have you done for me lately?
Three-quarter
point.
Roman
Anthony.
Honestly, I mean, he's not hitting like all the homers in the world, but he's down on strikeouts. He's putting the ball in play. He's making things happen. He's hitting the ball hard every at bat.
You say he might be down on that. He does lead the team in on base percentage.
No, down in homers.
Oh, down in homers. You said
down in homers.
Okay,
I might have said average. He's hitting like 285, but it's.
Oh, I have to do a quick. The Red Sox are playing the Miami Marlins. Not the Minnesota Marlins, as you told me. Minnesota.
Right off rip.
Patriots are playing the Minnesota Vikings at 1 o'clock.
Yes.
The Red Sox are playing the Miami Marlins at 4 o'clock. Yeah. So, sorry if I combine teams. The Patriots are not playing the Marlins, and the Red Sox are not playing the Vikings. Go ahead on your Roman Anthony talk.
Roman hitting about 285, give or take.
277. Yep, I just pulled it up. That's how.
And his on base is over
400 to lead the team.
So, no, I think he's done a lot so far, and it might seem like a lot of chances, but it's not a lot. To do what he's doing at such a high level and not very many games.
All right, so let's go through the stars. I'll throw a name out. You give me a grade. How about Alex Bregman at third? hitting .299 on the season with a .381 OBP.
B
16
plus, A minus.
Okay.
I think he's going down a little bit, but he takes a couple knocks off because of his fielding. He's making some errors.
Made some errors, okay, because he's a Gold Glove third baseman.
Yeah,
so
he's
that's
down on it. Yeah,
that's a tough knock on him. And the only thing I'm nervous about with Bregman is he could become a free agent 5 days after the World Series ends, and he
kind of
doesn't-
want to sign him right now.
and he doesn't want to negotiate right now.
I just want a contract in his locker.
I mean, so he could, at his option, re-up next year and the year after.
I think he will. He loves it.
Or he knows he's got Scott Boras as his agent, and Boras holds out for every last cent. And if he thinks he can go get, X amount of dollars more with the Marlins,
Go to the Dodgers.
no, he'll go to the Marlins. He'll go to the Mariners. It's,
The Dodgers will pay
Boras doesn't care where he sends the players. I hope Bregman likes it. Fenway actually has a home field advantage for the first time since 2018. The crowds are into it. Hopefully Bregman gets into it. So you give him a B plus. All right, I'll go along with that. Let's jump down to another everyday player, Jaron Duran. 261 on the year, 333 average.
I would give him. He's gotten really hot as of late. Again, though, I think he's a little bit down considering of what he did last year. It's really obviously I know it's hard to do what he did last year. He was like third and fourth in MVP votes. I would also say about a B plus. I think there's more from him. I think that he couple points off because of the fact that he started off slow. Or slower for him.
All right, so I'm not as down. I'm with you. I'm not as down on Durant as like it seems like the rest of Red Sox Nation is. I know he's hit 261. His OBP is, as I'm looking at, 333. However, he's got 12 home runs, 65 RBIs is not bad.
That's about top 15 in the league, top 20.
He's got 12 triples, 31 doubles. And his defense, I think I'm with you. I'm in the B area, but if you talk to other pundits, other people throughout New England, I think people are looking at Duran as like getting a C.
I mean, if you even ask Duran, he'll be the first to tell you that, saying like I have to be better, even though like he's actually doing pretty dang good.
Right.
It's just a matter of like what he did last year was incredible.
Right. And he shows signs of it, and I want Duran in the playoff push. I think he's a capable player. I think he's going to be a clutch
Plus,
player.
he's a workhorse.
Right. He's played 120 games, the most on the team.
He played 158 last year.
So he's played 120. Right behind him. And again, if you missed it a few weeks ago, I did a mea culpa. My apologies to Red Sox Nation. My apologies to my own family. I was wrong about Trevor Story. I didn't like the signing coming out of Colorado.
Comeback player of the year, question mark?
Hold on. I just want to say where I was wrong. I was wrong with him coming out of Colorado because he never produced outside of Colorado. He's been hurt every single year with Boston. He never makes it to the All-Star break. I am amazed when I see that he has played 119 games. Now, offensively, 258 batting average, 303 on base, OPS 722, but 18 home runs, 76 RBIs, and I know he got the walk off. He had 2 hits last night actually.
Yeah.
He comes up clutch. He's hitting home runs. He's coming up clutch. His defense has been
spectacular.
It's been fantastic, which I didn't expect that either. So
you can make a case he's top 2 defensive shortstop, top 3 defensive shortstop in the league.
So you mentioned comeback player of the year. I hadn't thought about that. So you just mentioned it. Absolutely. There's always different rationale or definitions of comeback player of the year, but I think that's a great one. He's been hurt. His numbers have been not good, and this year. Again, you don't just play in almost all the games and without producing. And he's producing offensively, defensively. He's made those Derek Jeter type plays in the hole where I know he got somebody out.
Cora also said he's also another guy I'm not taking out of lineup. He is the captain, so to speak, of our team. He deserves every right to be out there every inning of every single game. And I couldn't agree more.
And not to continue to bash Devers, because this is beyond Devers, but it's. Okay, so who's the leader of the team when Devers is here? Everyone's saying, okay, Devers. Oh, can Bregman step up and be that leader? He's in Devers' shadow, and then Bregman got hurt. What about Story? And Story was always kind of pushed off to the side. So Devers leaves. Bregman does become more of a leader as he becomes healthy.
Bregman and Story.
I think it's Story.
Yeah.
And a little bit Duran. I think Duran wants it, but I think Trevor Story.
You know their team has become so close too when you know that Bregman and Story are doing like, I don't know if you saw this. They're doing like interviews with every player, and they're like talking about each player, like one-on-one interviews. I'm like,
okay. Like you guys did at American Legion.
Yeah, but like it's like Story was talking to Duran in like an interview, and it was talking about just like all the good traits he has, things he needs to like work on and stuff like that. But it's like not all like factual. It's all funny stuff. It's
all right. We do have a phone call right now, so let's go to the lines and we'll see who's with us. Good morning and welcome to the Cheap Seats. Hello? Caller, are you there? Hello? Can you try calling back? All right, 'cause I thought I heard something. Thought I heard it click over on the speaker here, but hopefully not. We don't know if that was the Mighty Moose who has a tendency to call in on the show. But okay, let's try this again. Hello, are you there? Okay, something. I'm not sure what's happening right now. Hello. Everything seems to be on. Hello, caller. Are you there? All right, we're having problems with the phone.
answer the phone.
So
Try that.
all right, so we're going to take a quick break. When we come back, we'll finish up with the Red Sox, and we'll preview the Patriots here in the Cheap Seats. We'll see if we can get the phone thing figured out, and we will be back in the Cheap Seats on 1240 AM, 99.5 FM, and OneSocketRadio.com. We'll be back right after this.
They can diagnose and repair just about anything at State Line Service. From tires and alignments and front-end work on all makes of cars and trucks up to 1 ton to smaller items like brakes, starters, struts, exhausts, radiators, timing belts, and high-speed balance. State Line Service is a third-generation family-owned business, up to date with the latest technology. They believe in clear, honest communication with their clients. No double talk, no pressure. State Line Service, 1209 Social Street, Woonsocket, at the State Line. State Line Service.
When disaster strikes, trust the experts at Service Master by Gilmore. From water and fire restoration to mold remediation and emergency cleanup, we've been restoring peace of mind for over 40 years, now proudly serving all areas, including our newest service location in Rhode Island. No job is too big or too small. Day or night, we're here for you. Call Service Master by Gilmore at 1-800-783-0552 or visit us at the web at www.svmgilmore.com. Restoration done right every time.
If you're celebrating a major event, regardless of the reason, Michael's Meats of Cumberland can elevate your next meal from ordinary to extraordinary with meats so good your guests will ask you where you got them. Tell them, Michael's Meats. Michael's Meats is in the Walgreens parking lot on Mendon Road in Cumberland, just north of the Ciabro Plaza. They're open Monday through Saturday at 9 a.m., making your next meal truly special. Here's this week's specials at Michael's Meats.
And this week's specials at Michael's Meats. Michael's has fresh Atlantic salmon fillets for just $9.98 a pound at Michael's Meats. And welcome back to the Cheap Seats with Pat and Kevin. I'm Kevin Callahan along with Matt Callahan. Welcome back. So we won't go through the whole team because I want to get into some Patriots things. But I want to get your take quickly though on Cedon Rafaela. Just to kind of let's finish him up, and I might get into one more player after that before the Patriots if we have time. But what's your take on Rafaela? I think defensively, no doubt about it, best defensive center fielder. He's having a good year at second base as well. Love the fact that he can play infield, outfield. But what grade would you give him?
He's a tough one. He is a tough one because he's so good at one thing, and then then there's a flip. I think he's doing more than I think he's capable of with the bat. I think
he is hitting 257.
I think he's
with a
going to
298
be
on base.
I think thing he lacks is like he gets on base, so he chases pitches out of the zone.
Yeah, I think
once
the team wants to see him get on base more.
Yeah, because when he starts taking pitches and working at bats,
right,
you're gonna see a whole different Sedon for sure. So grade wise, I'm gonna give him honestly like a B plus though. At the same time, because I think what he's done this year in clutch moments, is a huge factor.
He does have 14 home runs, 52 RBIs.
Because that's not bad numbers either by any means. I just think there's a lot more in the tank for him. He's also still 24 years old at the same time, so he's still trying to learn himself. He's in his third year?
Yeah, I believe so. Second.
I think he's in his second full year. I think. So
he's one of the ones I would give if I could split the grades. I'll give him an A for defense and a C for offense. To give him the B, the overall B grade. But the clutch factor, I think, does give the plus. I mean, that home run, that walk-off home run,
it's still being talked about.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, because the Rays announcers too, it was hysterical. He hit it. It goes dead silent. All you could hear is the crowd erupting, and then about 4 seconds later, the announcers are like, "Red Sox win 5-4," and that's it. That's the broadcast.
My little known fact, my inner Cliff Clavin from Cheers, that was the Red Sox 10th walk-off victory last night, and their 5th walk-off one-run victory on a Friday night in the last 6 weeks.
That's
or so
sweet.
At Fenway Park. In the last
Sox fans
2
are
months.
buzzing too. They're loving it right now.
Well,
they're
again,
into it.
They hadn't had a home field advantage. They've been playing under 500. Everyone said if they had just played, if last year, if they had had the same record at home as they had on the road, they would have been in the playoffs. Now they actually have to play a little bit better on the road to. I
think they're under 5, right?
They are. They're under 500. 17 over 500 at home, but they're 5 or 6 under on the road. And just the last player I want to bring up is Narvaez, the catcher. Again, I think he's almost in the Rafaela category. An A defensively. He has slumped. He's down to 240. Trying to find him. 248. Oh, there he is. 248. Yep, with a 317. Catching, as you know, as a pitcher, very tough position to play. I still love him. I'm happy when he's in there, and O'Connor Wong had a big hit the other day. But
exceeded expectations for sure.
Right.
More than we could have ever thought.
But when half the year he's hitting in that 280, now he's down to under 250, on the season. So, catching position, new to the organization, he's still throwing up people ridiculously.
Like in his second year as an MLB guy. Coming from the Yankees, and he didn't even play, really.
Right.
So, he's
right.
been really good.
All right, so maybe next week we'll get into the pitching stack. I want to preview today's Patriots game. It's second preseason out of 3, and when you were growing up, and up until recently, they used to play 4 preseason games, and it used to be so week 1 was we'll just use Brady as an example. Brady would get a series, kind of like Drake May got last week. Go 3 for 5, 20 yards, whatever, and be done. Week 2, the starters would play closer to a half. They would get into the second quarter. Week 3 was the one that was always played out like a regular season game. They would play 3 quarters because the coaches wanted to see halftime adjustments, how they came out for the second half. And then week 4 was guys hanging on, trying to make the last cut before making the team as they get ready for the regular season. Now you got week 1. It's a 3-week preseason. You got week 1 where the starters don't really play. You got week 2, and looking at the Minnesota Vikings, they got McCarthy's not playing. That's the quarterback. Justin Jefferson's not playing. When you look up the Patriots, it's Drake May might get old school week 1 snaps. So they might play a half a quarter, and then they want to go see Dobbs and the other guy to see who emerges as the backup quarterback.
Yeah.
And then week 3 is probably going to be more of, okay, who's fighting for the team. So I don't understand. Like NFL, they're doing tiered system on pricing, whereas last week's Patriots game was $74. Week 1 will be $174.
Right.
The big complaint was, I can't believe you're charging full price. So they tiered the system, and now you don't get any starters. It's terrible. Aaron Rodgers not playing, not even taking a snap for the Steelers.
He probably doesn't want to either.
Yeah, he doesn't want to. So I don't understand these. And then I'm hearing that, okay, I like these joint practices. Patriots had it with the Vikings this week. They had it with Washington last week. And now I'm hearing they're getting more out of joint practices than they are in front of 70,000 fans in a game. So I it's really bothering me, as you can tell.
Well, yeah, I think there's just they're in joint practices. They allow them to kind of.
We are going to go to the phone line and see if we can get this. Here we go. Let's go to the line. Hello, you're in the cheap seats with Pat and Kevin.
Good morning. Good morning, Kevin. Good morning, Pat.
Hey, we got actually Matt subbing in for Pat this week, Moose.
Hey, Matt.
Hey, what's up?
Much. Just walked in, so I didn't know what your topics were this morning. I just wanted to chime in a little bit, if I may, on the Little League World Series.
Sure. Oh, yeah, we meant to say good luck to you did say to Braintree playing
Braintree.
at 3:00 this afternoon and coming out of the losers bracket.
They're in the losers bracket.
Yes.
But surprisingly, Connecticut won again. They've won 2 games.
They're so fun to watch.
Yeah, I think they
won
won
isn't it,
1-0. And
Yeah,
I'm hooked on
a
it.
one hit too.
I love it. And I like watching the mothers rooting for their kids. I mean, it's so wonderful, It's genuine.
Oh, yeah.
Yes, but I sent her an email yesterday about the Little League World Series. Now, look, the umpires are volunteers, and
They are volunteers, and they're under the microscope too, Moose.
But I don't know if you got that email yesterday about the bases loaded with the infield fly rule.
Oh no, I didn't see that. I saw all your other ones. I didn't see that one.
An infield, the bases are loaded. There was either no outs or 1 out. I'm not sure. A pop-up to the right side of the infield. It's in foul ground. First base umpire says, infield fly rule, the bat is out. You can't call an infield fly rule on a foul ball.
No, and I didn't see that, Moose, but I do know what umpires are supposed to call, and this would have been good if Pat was here because he is an umpire, but maybe he's listening and he could text in, or they're supposed to say infield fly rule, batter is out if ball is fair. Now, I don't know if this umpire said if the ball is fair. Was it?
I never heard that if fair.
Yeah. Was the ball close to being fair?
It was kind of, but it was visibly foul, Kevin.
Yeah.
I'd say 2 feet.
Okay,
2 feet
so
between first and home.
It's possible, and again, I didn't see it. It's possible he yelled out if fair, because sometimes with the wind, it'll kick it back in, and it still stays routine.
Well, the announcer, you know what? Must have echoed his statement because he said infield fly rules in effect. That's exactly what he said.
Okay.
The announcer. So I says, no.
Yes.
But that's just a small flaw.
Right.
For the umpires, which do a really good job. And watched a little bit of the Sox last night. I thought they were going to get pulverized at the beginning because Giolito was getting whacked all over the place.
Yeah, he left. He was leaving the guys on base. I saw that, but he wasn't walking anyone.
He wasn't walking anybody. It should have been instead of 1-0. It could have been easily 4 or 5-0.
Mm-hmm.
But he worked out of the jam, and one of the few games the Sox have lesser hits to win than the opposition does. They only had 3 hits last night.
Yeah, and Trevor Story had 2 of them.
Yeah, right. But there's something magical going on at Fenway this year.
Well, it's the old walks will kill you. And Roman Anthony didn't have a hit, but he walked twice. And who scored the 2 runs? But young Roman Anthony came around and scored both runs.
Finding a way. We're in the thick of it. It's the middle of August.
So
I don't know
so Moose, I did bring up. I don't know if you heard it. Then I very quickly went through the Red Sox schedule between now and the end of the year, and before the last two series of the year. If you combine the records of all the teams that they're playing, they're 50 games under 500. The Red Sox opponents as of today.
Well, here it is. Just to go one step further, Cap. Before last night's game, there's 40 games remaining.
Yeah.
24 of them are against teams that are under 500.
Right. And so my point was, do not wait until the last two series, which is at Toronto and home against Detroit. And those two teams are both 20 games over 500. So now is the time. You know, you have 30 games, 30 plus games to make your statement, possibly even catch Toronto, but really get some separation in the wild card. And Matt brought it up earlier. Everyone's still, we're optimistic, but we're still cautiously optimistic here in mid-August.
There's a lot of games left to play.
A lot of games, and we're nervous of August swoon.
Let's not get carried away.
Exactly.
Anyway, just want to chime in real quick, guys.
All right.
Sorry I missed most of the show, but
that's okay.
I'll be listening throughout the end, and hopefully we'll catch you next week. I'll send you a few emails.
Sounds good. Have a good
weekend.
See you,
Matt. Bye-bye.
See you later.
Bye, Moose. The Mighty Moose joining us here on in the cheap seats on ON Radio. So, yeah, just to finish off, so you got the Pats playing today. Drake May is expected to play. Ben Woldridge is likely to see some significant playing time as well as he competes for playing time. Offensive line, everybody's been watching Will Campbell. I did hear something funny because everyone's killing Will Campbell and how he's looked in all these joint practices. He's getting beat, but nobody's bringing up his backup. So if there was somebody better than Will Campbell right now, at the left tackle spot, then somebody would be playing there. I don't think Vrabel's just going to sit there and just because he was the number one pick, play him and let Drake May get killed. So rookie Will Campbell will be played. They have another guy, Jared
I'm not
Wilson.
too worried about it. I'm not too worried about it yet.
You're not worried about his short arms? They're an inch shorter than they're supposed to be.
I know.
And I laugh at that because I until I actually see it out there, getting in the way of things, I'm going to withhold judgment because he's 22. I'm assuming he's athletic. He can make up for the 1 inch shortness of the arms.
You'll figure it out.
There is it kind of came out. Phil Perry had wrote this week about Stephon Diggs. I guess Diggs had said, "I may be ready week 1, or we're not sure yet. Probably ready week 1." Mike Vrabel answered that question with a question. Basically, what do you mean he won't be ready? Like, meaning, of course he'll be ready. The knock on Diggs right now is he hasn't stood out in the joint practices. He didn't play last week against Washington. He's done very well in the 7-on-7 drills. He's done well in the 11-on-11 drills, but he's been awfully quiet in the joint practices. So I don't know. I know he's coming off the ACL surgery in October. I don't know. I don't know if you've heard anything, or should we be nervous? Or he's Stephon Diggs and he's a veteran. He'll be fine.
He's a tough one. I think it's more so the stuff, all things that has happened since he's gotten to New England. I think that's kind of been a role too.
Mm-hmm.
Kind of a high maintenance guy again. We usually have one.
Yeah, well, it's usually a wide receiver.
So I think he'll be an interesting one. I think he'll play week 1.
And look, all this is forgotten. If he plays week 1 against the Raiders, he goes off, even if he's not 100%. And he gets 6 catches for 72 yards and a touchdown. Nobody's going to care how he did Saturday afternoon, August 16th against the Vikings.
That's 19.1 fantasy points right there.
Yeah, exactly. Way to bore people.
It's not boring at all.
Some good fantasy talk, man.
I love fantasy.
So
it's my life.
So it's a story. I think it's something to keep an eye on with Diggs. He's a wide receiver. He's the prima donna. He's been run out of a couple other places in the AFC.
Here he can shine too. He's the guy.
He's the guy.
The thing is, he's gonna get double teamed more because he is that guy. But that's more out of a respect thing too.
One of the players that is getting singled out for doing well is Kayshon Boutte.
Yeah, he is.
So he's done well. So if he can get himself into single coverage and continue to make a name for himself, the big thing to look on the defensive is Kyle Duggar. Kyle Duggar signed a big contract. Vrabel brought in 3 guys from Tennessee that he coached in Tennessee that know his scheme. Duggar signed a big contract. He is now behind 2 other guys in this position. He's 29 years old, big contract. There are rumors that if he doesn't play well today, they're just going to outright cut him. In the NFL, contracts, for the most part, are not guaranteed. So that's going to be a big thing to look out on at safety on Kyle Duggar. And though he's still a projected starter right now, we'll see Jabril Peppers as well. But this rookie Craig Woodson has been making a push. And again, but the big thing is Kyle Duggar. Will he just outright get cut? He actually needs to have a good game. And unfortunately for Duggar, he's not going up against, like I said, Jefferson's not playing, McCarthy's not playing. So even if he does have a good game, it's going to be, but it was against the second string quarterback.
It'll be interesting to see, You don't get a ton out of it. Well, you get a good amount of stuff, but you don't get that full understanding.
All right, so we're just about at the end. So Patriots at 1 o'clock today. I think the Red Sox are at 4. So set the DVR, go out and enjoy this beautiful day, and kick back tonight. A couple things we did not get to. The league approved the Celtics $6.1 billion sale. Things are being held up a little bit on the WNBA sale of the Connecticut Sun to Boston. Will they come to Providence? Will they stay in Connecticut? Things are kind of in a holding pattern right now. Something that we didn't get to, but I kind of wanted to save this for Pat anyway, and it's not going away. Comcast, that's the cable station I have, Xfinity. They have a World Soccer ticket that's going to be $85 a month. And they got matches from all over the world, many in 4K for those that have a 4K TV. So just wanted to see what he thought, and then are any other cable companies or streaming options picking that up at $85 a month. You better be a big soccer fan. And so Michigan, huge fine for their stealing sign scandal of 2023 when they won the national title. They got a big fine. Jim Harbaugh has to stay away, but he's in the NFL doing wonderful things, and they don't lose their national title. The only thing I do agree with is they're not punishing the active players, which NCAA has done that for investigations in the past, and then they punish the players that weren't a part of the program. So I'm glad that they did not do that, but they just gave Michigan a fine, no loss of title, no suspension. So that just kind of weird, but that was a big ruling that came down.
Well, forever and always have an asterisk next to it.
No, that's the thing. No, even though it's not even like a UMass Amherst situation when they went to the Final Four, and then they had their banner taken down for Calipari did something recruiting wise back in the early 90s. So lots of things we didn't get to, and the WNBA said no to raising their base salary from $50,000 to $250,000, and their max salary from $250,000 to $1 million. Not quite sure why. More to come on that, I'm sure, but I don't think they're in a position to go on strike. They're building a league, and they got some momentum. Yeah. Don't blow it now. So, Matt, thank you so much for joining us.
Of course.
I hope you enjoyed yourself. Be honest, I prefer Pat, but
I get it.
Pat's my partner, but no, it's you're filling in great. Really appreciate it. Well, I want to thank you for joining us in the cheap seats with Pat and Kevin this week. Once again, happy birthday to my wife, Christine. Have a great day. And we will see you all next week, and we'll recap the Patriots game and the week in the Red Sox as well next week in the cheap seats on 99.5 FM, 1240 AM, and WoonSoccerRadio.com.
Broadcasting live and local daily from the Navigant Credit